Hello, I'm Ted Gribble, agricultural engineer with 5G Consulting, and in this segment I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the process and what we deliver when we're doing what we call a preliminary engineering design study, or PEDS for short. Typically this starts with a visit to your facility. We're going to come out and spend 2 days, maybe even more depending on the scope and magnitude of the project, at your site, meeting with your people, gathering information, looking at the site you have or maybe multiple sites, and help decide together what is it that makes up your facility. Then we're going to bring that information back to our office and prepare the deliverables part of a preliminary design study. And that's going to be drawings and a report similar to this. I like to start with the drawings that go into a preliminary design study. This is a dairy we did in Southeast Asia for about 800 head. We have our overall cover sheet with some overviews of what the facility is going to look like. We have our data. This is the site data that we started with. This is what's there that we have to work with. This is our master plan of everything that goes on this site. Even if it's not specifically part of the dairy, it may be employee housing or guard houses, whatever it is, we want to include everything so that nothing stands in the way of fully implementing the plan that we're going to develop. Here we're showing the relationship of all the major facilities, your parlor, your housings, different things. Even the waste system is shown on here schematically so you can see specifically how is the waste system going to work. We call this an operational layout, and this is where we're showing where all the different types of animals are. Your milk cows, your dry cows, calves, heifers, whatever you may have on the facility. Then we have a expansion plan, because this particular facility, like a lot of facilities, won't be built all at once. In fact, hardly any facility is built that way. Almost always we come online with a partial facility. After that we get into some more specifics. Here we have the parlor plan. Then we move on to our cow housing barns. Again, we have a floor plan, typical section, even a transfer lane section. Another important aspect is your special needs barn or hospital area. Then we start moving into the young stock. We have a calf barn. We have a young heifer barn, an older heifer barn, a bull barn, a beef center. We also, in this instance, included a detailed layout of their feed storage. This is all custom work, so even though this is the model, your facility may have certain areas that are more important than another facility, and we'll do some details to emphasize those points. In addition to that, we have a substantial written report that helps further elaborate on what's in these drawings. And that report is divided into 6 sections. The first section is all of the existing conditions. What are the base assumptions and conditions we had to work with? The second one is more specifically, what are the dairy operations that we're recommending for you? The next segment is the utilities and labor required for that. How much water is it going to take? How much electricity is it going to take? How many employees am I going to have on site? Then we move on to more descriptive of each of the buildings and a little more information on exactly what's going in there. How big is the parlor? How big are the milk tanks? How many stalls do I have in the barns, and so on. Then we have our spreadsheets that back up the data that has been shown up there, water usage, electrical, how we sized your parlor. And then finally, another important aspect is the photos section. And what we've done here is we have included some pictures we took at your site, but more importantly, in addition to that, we go through our photo library and pull out specific items from your dairy, and we've put them together in a collage of these are all the items that go into your specific dairy facility. And this is very important when you're talking to people that may not be well versed in what dairies are, whether it's investors, bankers, other advisors that you're working with that may not understand what does a parlor look like, what does a flush system look like, what does a cow bed specifically look like. When we're talking about ventilation, what do we mean? A calf stall, what does it look like? And here we've got pictures to show them, here are the pieces and parts that make up this set of drawings. It takes us about 4 weeks to get this back to you. Then we'll visit you a second time, review it, come back with those revisions, and then make those revisions, send it to you, and now you have the master plan of what's my facility going to look like, and not a year from now, but what's it going to look like in 10 years and 20 years, and here's your roadmap to get you from here to there. So we'd love to do this work for you. By all means, contact us. Let us help you get started on this process.